So we've been recently loving our all Razer desktop setup, but the one problem I've got is the fact that I'm always using my headphones and got nowhere decent to put them, so I just chuck them on my desk. It does look messy. So we've decided to get in the Razer Base Station V2 Chroma, that solution for a headphone stand with built-in USB and 3.5-inch audio jack. So tonight we're going to unbox this, then we're going to set it up, test it with my headphones, test it with some 3.5 and wireless, and see what the lighting effects are like on this Chroma stand. So let's get in the box. As usual with Razer, make it nice and easy to get in. You can see we've got a little bit of tape here. Which fully opens the box. Quite a big box really. I guess obviously it's a reasonable size stand for your headphones. So there we are. So we're not getting much in the box, just a pamphlet with some instructions and the actual headphone stand itself, the Base Station V2. Now, obviously, this is more than just a headphone stand because you can pick up very cheap headphone stands. But with this one, what you're basically getting is a well-designed, sturdy headphone stand with a non-slip section at the top. So when you put your headphones on here, they grip here nicely, they don't slip off, and you know they're nice and safe, and it looks good on your desk rather than me just chucking it down and looking like a right mess. But not only that, we have Chroma lighting at the bottom. We have two USB-A ports. And on the side here, we have a 3.5mm headset jack because this does have a built-in DAC in this base, which is powered via the USB. So that does mean you're going to need to use a USB cable to your PC or laptop to actually power this. So they've given us a nice long cable, just a USB connector on the end. So you'll plug this into your PC, which will then give you your USB pass-throughs on the front and a USB DAC for this headphone jack on the side if you're running some wired headsets such as this. Now the advantage of having a 3.5mm headset jack on the actual base here means if you have the headset stand near you on your desk where you'll be like standing these headsets, it also means you can quickly take it off whilst plugged in and wear it without having a wire trailing from either your laptop or your PC, which may not be as convenient. Now also the base has a very grippy bottom. You see there's rubber all around there, and then you can see the actual Chroma ring all around the actual base station itself. So I think that all that leaves us to do now is to plug it in. We're going to test this USB DAC and we'll actually look at the actual Chroma lighting. Okay, so we've got the Chroma base station all now set up, as you can see by the beautifully lit ring around the bottom. Now I've got my Razer Nari wireless headset on here. So what I've basically done is plugged my dongle into the bottom of the actual base station itself. So it's not really protruding that much. It gives me a good clear line of sight to my headset. And then as you can see the cable here coming out the back, that is going into my Razer Raptor monitor, which is also then plugged into my Razer Blade laptop. So it's all one seamless setup. Now, as you can see in my Razer sign-up software, I do have quite a lot of Razer peripherals taking up this entire top line. Now, the first thing I want to just quickly show you is in the actual Razer Base Station V2 tab in actual sign-ups. Now, you can see we do have a volume slider. Now, that is because we've got the built-in DAC into this base station. So if you're using the wired 3.5mm jack instead of a wireless set of headphones, you can adjust the volume in here. But because I'm using my Nari wireless through the actual USB hub at the bottom, I just use the actual headset profile itself. And you'll also see that we've got the lighting tab. You can see first things first, we've got the brightness. I've got it set to 100% at the moment, but that can be adjusted. I personally love the RGB, so I've got that at 100. You can also click this little box here, which says turn off the RGB when the actual monitor switches off. So if you walk away from your computer, you've set your monitor to turn itself off, the RGB can be switched off on all these devices. I personally like it. Give me a nice little rainbow effect, so I leave that unchecked. And then over on the right-hand side, you can see we've got the effects tab. Now, I've basically got it set to the wave at the moment. I think this looks absolutely fantastic, and because I've got a few Razer devices, they're all synchronized with this wave tab, and it looks amazing on my desk. You could also just have a static color. You can have breathing, when you can pick your colors, spectrum cycling, when it just goes through all the different colors in the actual RGB software. And lastly, you see we have the advanced effects, which takes you to another tab in Chroma Studio, which gives you a lot more granular sort of control of all the lighting. But the biggest problem I find with that, it is a bit of a pain if you've got a lot of devices to set up. So I like to choose one of the inbuilt profiles, and it does make it an awful lot easier. So let's just put my quick effects back on. Let's put myself back into wave. And as I say, this is my favorite. So there we go, the Razer Base Station V2 Chroma. Now you can buy cheaper headset stands if that is all you want, just a stand for your headset, but this does give you so much more. Not only is it a solid, fantastic bit of kit with some beautiful RGB that fits in well with all your other Razer accessories, if you have them, but you also get a couple of USB ports on the front, a built-in audio jack for your headset if you wish to use that rather than a wireless, or it saves you certainly plugging in to your actual monitor or your actual laptop or PC. So that, in my opinion, makes it well worth the extra cost. So as always, if you have any questions, pop it in the comment section down below and I will get back to you. And lastly, thank you for watching.